Now with Dr. Sally Nagy, title under title multiple anterior distema closure by direct composite.
Good evening, doctors. It's a big honor and pleasure to have this chance of being with yours, doctor. I'm Dr. Sally Nagy, graduated from Mansoura University, class 2016. I'm here today to talk about how to close multiple spaces in anterior segment by using direct composite. In this case, female patient, 50 years old, came to the clinic, say, "Doctor, I have a very bad smile and some phonetics problem. I am here for solving my problems." So, after examination, there is spaces between upper anterior teeth from canine to canine, larger space between lower two centrals, calculus, stains, and bad restorations in the posterior segment. So I started to show here some treatment options, like closing these spaces by using, and this is some of facial expressions. There is three treatment options. Number one, using orthodontic treatment to close these spaces. Number two, using indirect restorations veneers. Number three, using direct restoration. After I discussed with her the treatment options, she said, "Doctor, I'm a 50. I will never put braces." So first option, I excluded. Number two, honestly, after I discussed with her the Hollywood smile and getting a perfect smile, she was very happy with this option. But after she knew the cost, she said, "Please, let's get to more economic solution." So number two will exclude it. So we have to do direct composite. So my treatment plan, number one, taking impression. Number two, mock-up. Number three, make my own index. Number four, doing isolation, etching, bonding, composite, finishing, and polishing. Number one, before I start any step of the treatment, I have to do scaling, finishing, and polishing to get more gingiva better. I take rubber base impression, send it to lab, cast fabrication, and wax up done. Number two, I have to show her what she will look like. So this video show how I mock up, how I do mock up. First, mix the impression materials. Put separating media on wax to not stick with the impression material. Put the cast on the impression material. Protem. Insert it intraorally. Wait 2 minutes. And show here the final result. Number three, I make her own index. How I make it? From her rubber base impression material, I started to cut the index, to cut the labial surface of the impression material. Cut palatally, mesially, distally, just all I want, the area from canine to canine. This is the index look like after I cut all the recent of the impression material. After this, I started to make isolation. Mostly in most anterior cases that I work, I have a simple trick. Using orthodontic power chain instead of floss to retract the teeth. How and why I use power chain? I use this power chain. I use rubber dam forceps to start to open these chains. Just put it all around the tooth, remove the rubber dam forceps, and started with any instrument like composite carver to push it down. It make more easier and retracted teeth. After this, I will start the steps of the composite. Etching for 30 seconds, rinsing and drying, then bonding. In this case, I use all bond universal from Pesco. After this, teeth are ready to start to composite application. First, I started to use my index to build palatal wall. Just put the index palatally to the teeth and start to make some marks with periodontal probe in the impression material, then get it out from the tooth and started to put the composite in the index, distributed this in the boundaries that I marked before, and started to repeat it back to the composite. By bonding brush, I started to distribute it to the tooth and curing. Then curing, now I get the palatal wall, like you see. Number 2, I wanted to build proximal walls. So I have to use the suitable matrix and wedging size, suitable size to get perfect seal. So I use wedges from BioClear and matrices from TorVM. More close photo. Now I started to build labial wall. After this, composite is done, and now it's the rule of finishing and polishing. In finishing stage, I use TorVM finishing discs, blue and green. Blue for gross reduction and green for contouring. Number 2, I use PerioPair from Comet to define the line angles and axis of the teeth. Pre-polishing stage, I use Kenda rubber points, white colors, green, and then pink for more fine. Polishing stage, I use gut hair brush with diamond polishing paste and felt wheel with aluminum oxide paste. And this is the final result. Frontal photo, frontal with contrastor, palatal, side view, and this is her facial expression after doing the composite. This is her smile photo after complete the procedures. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Sally. I have small questions. What about the history of the distema? Is it related to periodontal problems?
No. She's from when she was young.
Yes.